Thank you for choosing to watch our Dynamics 365 for Sales demo. Our goal is to help you better understand how Dynamics 365 for Sales can help you zero in, win deals faster, and take care of the customers you have by creating amazing customer experiences. Ledge Partners is a Microsoft Dynamics CRM Gold partner and a Salesforce Silver partner. We are business consultants first and technical engineers second. We assist businesses by better aligning and automating sales, marketing, and customer service. But most importantly, our goal is to partner with you by challenging you to think strategically, remembering at the end of the day, it's all about defining the metrics for measuring the success of your investment. Today's sales landscape has changed. There's more information, more people, and more choices in this always-on, mobile-centric world. As a result, today's buying process is more complicated than ever, with buyers who are more informed, independent, savvy, and highly influential. With access to so much information early in the buying process, buyers are waiting longer before contacting a seller. By the time buyers talk to salespeople, they are already 57% of the way through the buying process. What's clear is that the sophisticated and more demanding customers of today expect to be engaged in new ways. But for many sales organizations, it's not clear on how they should respond or even how they will find the time to engage in meaningful ways. Salespeople are already under tremendous pressure as well. Their jobs are highly complex, with internal demands consuming 67% of their time, leaving them with little for selling. So what is Dynamics 365 for Sales and how does it help your business? Here are 3 key benefits, and then we'll take a closer look at a couple of examples. First, it enables people in your organization to get the information they need to provide exceptional customer experiences. Next, it helps you boost productivity so your sales team can be more efficient and do great work from anywhere they need to be. And last, it provides business insight so you can make more informed decisions to keep your business on track and grow sales. Now let's dive into some examples of how Dynamics 365 for Sales can help your business to make it real. Before we jump into the day in the life of sales using Dynamics 365, I want to highlight a few navigational details and new features available within Dynamics 365. You now have the ability to personalize the system, so you can add your company logo. You can change the color and the themes of the system. You can also navigate from here to anywhere within the system. So I have full admin control, so I can get to any of the particular workloads like sales, service, or marketing. But Dynamics 365 is also app-driven. So if I only need to see sales information, I can have the sales app available. Again, it's a way to just streamline and clean up who has access to what type of information. So again, navigating through the system, and once you're in the particular like sales workload and you want to navigate to like accounts or leads, opportunities, you can select those icons from here. And then over here on the right-hand side, this is the global search feature. So again, if you type in your search criteria, it will look across the system and pull those related records for you. There's the quick rate, which allows you to quickly add or create new records from within this home page. And you can also see recently viewed items or records. So again, this is a way that you can just quickly maybe see records that you often go to or certain accounts. You can then pin those records to these views as well. So every time you come into the recently viewed, those will show up. And the last item here is the advanced find feature. So this is a more in-depth search tool that allows you to pull data on several fields and search across the entire system. And last but not least, users can also personalize the system. So when they log in to Dynamics 365, it will default to their particular area of the system, sales or service, and certain dashboards that they want to have accessible to them. So again, it's a nice way to create a nice user experience, but also efficiencies for the sales reps as well. As a salesperson, I like to start my day within the dashboards. Dashboards in Dynamics 365 provide an overview of business data and to see performance at a glance, but you can also take action on any of the data within the view. So let's take a closer look at a couple of examples. So for this particular dashboard that I have set up, just by selecting that area, you can see the system dashboards that come with the system, but you also have the ability to create your own dashboards and share them with other users should you choose to do that. But once the dashboard is set up, again, you can have charts of information or even lists of information. So in this particular sales activity, we can see the opportunity by sales stage. We have goals that we're tracking within the system. It's also helpful maybe to have a list view of what are open leads within the system that still need to be qualified. Certain opportunities. Can also add in the sales leaderboard to see how individuals are doing. And then any activities that I might need to take action on this particular day. So I mentioned that the dashboards are actionable, so let's take a look at that. So if I open up this particular sales funnel, I'll expand this so you can see it a little bit better. And I want to see what particular opportunities make up this middle part of the funnel. So just by selecting this purple piece of the funnel, it automatically narrows down those particular opportunities. So that way I can quickly see who the account is, who on my sales team is working on that. Maybe I could help them or coach them to close that particular opportunity. So that's, again, just an example of a dashboard, maybe at a higher level kind of management. If I wanted to take one, maybe more from like inside sales or an individual that's doing a lot of that lead generation. For them, a dashboard might look something like this, so we can see the leads that are in the system, who they're assigned to, what's the status of those per month. Again, we're kind of wanting to measure metrics of how many new leads have come in, how many have been qualified, and then what are the ratings of those leads? Are they hot, cold? And then also, again, for me, as a inside salesperson, it might be really helpful from within this dashboard. What are my open leads that I need to be qualifying today? And then from here, I could open up each one of these individual records. So now that we have a good snapshot on what is going on within the sales organization, let's take a closer look at the sales process and starting by looking at our leads that need to be qualified. So simply by going up to the navigation and going into sales and then selecting leads, ultimately where you'll end up is a view. And a view is just a listing of that CRM data. And again, we're starting within leads. Once here you have, again, certain views that you can set up in the system. You can also create your own view of information. So if I only wanted to see leads within my territory or within Minnesota, I could create a view that would automatically just filter that information down for me, and I could select that view and it's there. Once you're within the view of the leads, anywhere in the system, you'll also notice where there's these inline charts and visualizations. Again, being a very visual person, I like to see, okay, looks like we have 7 hot leads. What are those leads? And again, it's all interactive. So if I select that part of the chart, it's going to filter that information down for me. So let's again go back and look at all and then minimize that. I also wanted to point out from kind of a nomenclature standpoint, so leads are cold prospects, someone that you haven't done business with before and they need to be qualified. And leads can get into the system in a few different ways. There's a very powerful Outlook connector that you can utilize to get that information in. You can manually create a new lead, so this would open up a brand new lead record. We talked through a little bit earlier the quick create feature where you can kind of quickly get that information into the system. Otherwise, there's also import tools that come with the product. So if you've been to a trade show or you've purchased a list, you can use that import wizard to quickly get that data into the system. Also within Dynamics 365, they released the ability for editable grids. So rather than having to open up each one of these records, maybe to update certain pieces of information that we have within our view, you'll notice right here, if I look here at Darren Parker, maybe I'm on the phone with him and, hey, Darren, what's the best way to get a hold of you? And he says, really, I've been on the road a lot. The phone's the best way. So right here within this view, I can edit this information. So again, it's a very nice capability with Editable Grid to be able to efficiently update information. Marketing will probably like that if I'm keeping my information up to date as they're doing email or marketing blasts as well. So those are the views within the system. Let's take a closer look now at an actual record. So as the lead generation specialist, I'm going to go ahead and open up Darren Parker's record. And ultimately, when you get to within the actual lead or contact record or account, it should give you a 360-degree view of everything that's gone on with that particular person. So up here at the top, again, we can track information like lead source, how they found us. We can give that a rating system. We can see the status of this. Is it new? Has it been qualified or disqualified? And which particular individual has been assigned to this record. You can also go in and reassign the records if necessary. Within Dynamics 365, there's the business process flow. So this, again, helps create those consistent customer experiences. So every time they call in, you have your defined stages. Those particular reps just have to, can simply follow the information here within the business process flow. So here we can see, again, we're at the qualify stage. It also has kind of a timer behind the scenes so we can see how long this lead has been sitting here. It looks like, 14 days and 9 hours. We can look, if there's an existing account already, we can do a lookup. And if there's multiple, like a headquarter location or multiple locations, it will identify if there's any conflicts. And then, so you can select the appropriate record. We've identified purchase time frame, budgeting, so they just simply have to go through and follow that process. So let's go ahead and minimize that so we can take a closer look at the information we have related to Darren Parker. So over here on the left-hand side is kind of our basic summary information, how Darren found us, his information, first name, last name, phone number, all those important details for staying in touch. Here in the central area is kind of our social and activity area. So if we're tracking phone calls, creating emails, that can be done right within this view. And then you'll notice over here on the right-hand side is something called Insights. So Insights is powered by Inside View. And Insights helps boost your sales close rates with information that will help you find, understand, and engage more qualified buyers. Insights also allows me to do things like add Darren Parker to a particular watch list. So if there's any changes within PepsiCo leadership, anything important that I should know with any of my leads or opportunities, I can set up a watch list that I'm alerted by email either daily, weekly, of that important information. I can also use the data that's being collected to help update my system records. So if I select update lead information, we can see here there's several fields of information that the Insights tool has that I don't have within the system. So rather than me having to go out and manually look the information and then plug it into CRM, I can select the boxes that I want to have updated within the system, and then I can just go ahead and update the lead record, and it will automatically do that for me. So close out of that, and then hit refresh. It'll bring us right back into Darren Parker's account, and then you'll notice over here on the left-hand side where we had the website missing and the address information, it's brought that over for us. But really with the lead qualification process, it's about creating your phone call activities and working through that qualification process. So I'm going to jump here to the middle section to that social and activity area. So posts is a way that you can create internal collaboration. So you can see I made a post here earlier. If anyone, seeing if anyone else has ever been assigned a lead, maybe they've got some insights, maybe some suggestions of how I can qualify this particular organization. People can, come in and reply to this, or they can like the post as well. And then if I go over to activities, again, we can create a new phone call. Maybe this is my initial attempt to reach Darren. And I could give that a due date if I wanted to schedule that out. Otherwise, maybe I'm on the phone with, or I've tried reaching Darren and I'm not able to get a hold of him, so I left a voicemail. I can go ahead and track that. And again, you can see over time, you'll have kind of a rolling history of everything that's gone on within that particular account. I can also create task reminders for myself as well. So maybe I want to send marketing material to Darren. And I could give that a due date. You can also see here if I wanted to assign that to someone else, I could certainly do that as well. So I've tried calling Darren. I've set up a reminder for a follow-up or sending some marketing materials. I'm going to do one other thing, and I'm going to send him a quick email. So within Dynamics 365, again, just by selecting the email, within the editor, you can insert templates. So again, we knew Darren was a website visit, so I'm going to go ahead and select that template. And then you'll notice it brings in all of that appropriate information. So Darren's first name, it's as a sales rep or inside sales rep, it's also brought in my contact information for that. You can also include email signatures within the emails that you're sending. So once I have the template set up, a new feature that I wanted to point out here on the right-hand side is the email engagement. So as a seller, you constantly want to improve the productivity of your sales process while ensuring the best customer experience. So in order to manage your relationships with customers, you need to gauge the recipient interest and need to take timely action when appropriate. So you'll notice here, if I wanted to, I could select, to send this email later. Maybe I want to send it at the end of today, let's say 5 p.m. Hit OK. And then maybe I want to set a reminder for myself. So if I don't receive a reply from Darren within maybe 2 business days, so I'd automatically update that for me if I wanted to go in and adjust those dates, I could certainly do that. And then I could also include a comment, reminder for Darren Parker. Go ahead and autocorrect that, and then hit OK. So with again, the email engagement enables not only setting up, the delivery, so you can, do multiples at one time and then it's sending it out of the system, but it also is monitoring the activity once those emails are sent. So it will bring data back into Dynamics 365 so you can see when recipients have opened your message, maybe they've clicked on a link, they've opened an attachment, or even sent a reply. And again, all of those engagements and insights will really empower your sales team to be more efficient and just really having those insights and tools at their fingertips. So with that, let's go ahead, now that we have that scheduled to go out later today, let's go ahead and save and close that. And then again, it'll bring us right back into Darren Parker's. And if we go into activities, we can see here is the email that is scheduled to go out later today. So ultimately, again, at the end of the qualification process, you either qualify or disqualify. If you were to disqualify, you can also track reason codes, right? Are they no longer interested? They canceled for a certain reason. And you can adjust or customize this based on your specific metrics that you're tracking. But with Darren Parker, we're going to remain positive that after several meetings, phone calls, emails, interactions, he's ready to move forward. So we're going to go ahead and qualify. And before doing that, again, I just want to point out that we are in the lead area. And once this is qualified, it will automatically take us right into the opportunity. Let's go ahead and qualify. And again, you'll now notice that we went right from within that lead to the opportunity. And then behind the scenes too, it's also created a new account record for us and brought along any of that history that's really important to keep track, right, for that 360-degree view that our lead generation team had. So at this point too, so now that our inside sales team has qualified or generated this opportunity for our sales team, we can manually assign this to a sales rep, or you can also have workflow set up behind the scenes to automatically assign that to the appropriate sales rep. So now that this lead has been qualified to the opportunity and assigned to the appropriate sales rep, now it's up to that sales rep to go in and make sure that the estimated close date is there. You can see the estimated revenue is actually a locked field. You can either manually enter in the estimated revenue, or you can use the price lists that come with Dynamics 365. And then if you're tracking things like probability and forecasting type information, that can be right here within the header area as well. And then again, you'll notice down here within the sales process, so we've qualified this lead and now we're in the development stage. And you can also see that there, the timer has started, so we can see how long we've been at this particular stage. But here, we have areas that we're, making sure that we identify the customer need. We can add in that information. Have we identified the key stakeholders? Are there any competitors? Within this, there are. So let's go ahead and mark that as complete. And then let's, we're in the propose stage, right? We've had several meetings, on-site meetings with Darren for that propose stage. What particular products are they looking in? Have we identified our sales team? So all that, again, can be tracked within the business process flow. So in the opportunity, again, very similar form setup. You can customize this however, best suits your organization. But for this particular example, again, we just have general summary information. Maybe I do want to go ahead and add this to my forecast. Again, here in the central areas, that social internal collaboration along with any activities that you're tracking. And any notes, or again, maybe one note. So let's go ahead and take a look at any previous meeting notes that might have been created in that lead generation process. So quickly, again, we can see if there were any meeting notes, who was a part of that meeting. It looks like, they had some changes to a product that they wanted to make. So again, right here within the opportunity, I have access to all that information. And I can still see, the particular insights that might be related to this company or opportunity. And then down here below is where we really get into the guts of the estimated revenue being calculated. So I'm going to go ahead and I've selected, you can have multiple price lists. So if we wanted to look up more records, we could do that. For this particular one, again, I'm just going to go ahead and use the retail. This revenue, like I mentioned earlier, can either be system or user provided, just manually entering that, or system provided based on the price list. So Darren Parker is interested in the desktop 3D scanner. So I've added this particular product right by selecting the plus and then adding the existing product, so you can do existing or even write-in products. It's bringing in the price per unit, the quantity, but within Dynamics 365, there's also now the concept of suggestive selling. So based on that particular product, are there other products that I can cross-sell, maybe accessories to add, or even options for substituting or upselling? So all that can be defined within the system. So I'm going to go ahead and, Darren's decided to add in this particular carbon fiber printer as well. So go ahead and pick that. I want to add that to the list. And then once that has been added, I can also go in here and maybe adjust the quantity. So it's actually going to add order 5 of those. And then you'll notice it's automatically updating that estimated revenue field for me as well. So if we think back to that dashboard view, right, that sales funnel, we could see this particular opportunity in the sales stage it's in. And then last but not least is, Darren would, after moving forward, we've kind of identified the particular products he'd like to have a quote. Again, right within Dynamics 365, you can create quotes as well that you would send to the customer. So you can see here we have this particular quote here is at the draft status. We'll go ahead and open up this. And that's automatically going to create a quote ID, a revision ID. So maybe if there are any changes throughout this process, adding new products, maybe reducing some of the quantity, any of those revisions would be tracked. Again, it allows you to see if there's multiple quotes sent, which one was the winning quote. So for this one, again, I'm going to go ahead and select the effective date. So effective from today until, let's say, March 15th. And we can also see, if they are shipping this, where it's being shipped to, any address information. Are we giving any type of discount for this one? It doesn't look like we are. And then once that quote is, everything's set up, it's correct, we can go ahead and activate that. Again, it's going to lock that information down within the system. And if there are any changes that have to be made, we'll have to go back in and revise that quote, and it'll keep track of that revision tracking for us. And then if I wanted to, we can, either email this to Darren, or maybe I want to print out a quote. So if I wanted to print this out, again, you can have templates set up within the system. So again, all your quotes that your customer is receiving are the same template. It's consistent branding. So your marketing team would love that too. So we can just go ahead and select the quote for the customer. So actually walk through this process a little bit earlier. And then if we go ahead and start the mail merge, or the Word document mail merge template, the output then would be something that looks like this. So you can add in your logo and any of the related quote information, or legal or MSA terms too that you might want to attach to the quote or order. All right, so ultimately, again, at the end of this particular opportunity, we could notify accounting that this is the particular quote that was the winning quote. Let's go ahead and create that order, and then notify accounting to get that set up in the ERP system. So let's go back into the opportunity. So make sure we have everything tracked there. And again, so we've qualified, we've gone through the development stage, everything's been updated there. The proposal, we've done that. We've developed the proposals, quotes, we've done that. We've done our internal reviews. And last but not least, presented all that information. So we are at the final stages of closing this deal. So again, with either any opportunities, just like the lead, you will either, close as won or lost. So we'll go ahead and remain positive here. So we're going to go ahead and close this as won. Again, it's going to bring in that actual revenue that we had attached to the products. We'll give it a close date, and any other description or details you might want to be tracking within the system as well. Go ahead and hit OK. And then you will end up ultimately winning that opportunity. It will deactivate this particular record. And if we go back over to the account, again, that 360-degree view. And now that we have this 360-degree view, I can always go back and look at any historical information that's happened within this account. So just like that, again, we've, through our inside sales team, we've qualified and generated a new opportunity. We've closed that opportunity. And now at the end of the day, maybe I want to just end it in the dashboard view so I can see any other changes. As you can see with Dynamics 365, sales professionals become trusted advisors with the insight and intelligence that help them deliver proactive and personalized experiences through the sales cycle. It also helps sales organizations work together as a network to break down barriers and win faster. Whether it's finding information, creating content, or identifying experts, Dynamics 365 provides the collaboration tools for salespeople to tap into that collective wisdom of the entire organization. Finally, Microsoft Dynamics 365 enables salespeople to stay productive on the go by giving them access to critical customer information and insights on the mobile device they want to use. For more information on how we can help define your path to success, please visit us at ledgeviewpartners.com and navigate to the Contact Us or send us an email. Thank you again for watching, and we look forward to speaking with you soon.